back.
Ready, ready! 60 Pittsburgh! Shoot, shoot, shoot! 80 weapons!
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll go with the keeper. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
And the Saints first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tackles. Hey, Orbit.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Shelton trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Taco Charlton able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
You have to get tired of seeing me. 43 in the mic. 43 Leo. Switch. Hey, Haywood.
Operating from the gun. Shelton. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Check 43.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Back.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a 1st down. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, you have to be pinpoint here.
So I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal.
Check 50. Check.
Here's Mixon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. And Gonzalez puts this one through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off it. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. It's Mixon on the counter, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 17.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Murray going to throw, and he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
Ready.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, Shelton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Wide, get wide. Check.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On second down, here's Mixon. And an alley to run. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 40-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Cardinals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. From the 29, Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 14.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk there to make the grab. Here the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe you want to look at some safer. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. We haven't even escaped the 1st half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, If your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and that'll bring up second down. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
On play action, it's Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. Of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Second time, defense, let's go. Hey, 58's the mic. Go, 58's the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. 58, right over there. Hey, Delta. Mike, 58, right there. 5.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. You don't know no better. Go, 64. Wait. Alert flare, flare, flare.
First down, Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella, 70 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun now from Murray. That's Isabella open on the right side. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Check, 47. Hey, check up. 47. Check like 47. Yeah. 47.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
So I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hey, Zoo. Ready.
Throwing again. Shelton. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Key the tight end. Get it.
On 1st and 10, Shelton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for Corey Davis. Incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Murray from midfield. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Murray now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. A final shot before half from Murray. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 20-yard line.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. To throw is Murray. Able to find Isabella. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is in for 6. Touchdown Cardinals. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Check 3. Check 3. Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Shelton. And the pressure gets to him again. Larry Ogunjobi, his second sack of the night.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 18. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Murray. And his throw is incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
We got 4.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Fighting through pressure. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong. He's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on it a little bit more.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. On 1st down, Shelton. And now here is another interception. Snags it for the pick. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Corey Davis, an even 90 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again, Shelton. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
They will run the draw with Jacobs, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, it's Mixon. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
To throw on third down, Murray. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Let's go.
And Isabella. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do we...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Mixon with a first down carry. Broken tackle, and he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3 and out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Now Joe Mixon.
Go. It's right.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. The Cardinals on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try to run this one in. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Back to the air on second down. Shelton. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He's got Smith here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check.
Here we go with Kamara. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
58, right there. I'm scared. Go.
Off play action. Shelton. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on first down. Shelton. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Larry Ogunjobi bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. Shelton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the gun, Shelton. And it's complete. This is Austin Prohl.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. On 1st and 10, Shelton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And, my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who have gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be